ladies. All right, as I talked about before on the mindset of women, I'm gonna give you the solution on how you can change your mindset. Now, of course, I need you guys to, like and subscribe and share and hit your notification button. We need that. We need this word to spread. And hopefully we can help somebody change the trajectory of their life or their children's life. Because this podcast is made to help women, not bash women, not put women down. That's not what I do. I tell the truth. Sometimes it's not good. Sometimes it's not good to hear. It's harsh. But I ain't lying. I'm not sitting here making stuff up. I'm not coming at you because I want to dog you or I don't like you. I love women. And I believe in you guys. And I believe you're the backbone of the community. So we're going to address the problems in the community and we're going to address the solutions. So we're going to have a solution to this mindset thing. Because you've been duped. The fairy tale ain't real. It's not. It's not real. Nothing, no relationship is ever going to be perfect. None of them. I mean, how could it be? Life always going to throw curveballs at you. You always going to have some type of problem. That don't mean you're going to have problems all the time and that you can't be happy with your life. That's not what that means. It just means that there's always bumps in the road. And what we do is try to do the best we can to get past those and enjoy the little time we have here on earth. We try to make things about things that are bigger than us, that are more than us. Legacy. That's bigger than you, me, anybody. Memories. How long will these videos be on the internet? Forever. But if I was by myself, you see what I'm saying? It's not really a memory to somebody. My kids and my grandkids and their kids, they're going to see these videos. They're going to see how their granddaddy was. How he wanted to help the community. Now, some of y'all might take it that I'm hating black women and bashing on black women. That's how you taking it because the truth hurts. The truth is harsh, especially when it hits home. And because I think the majority of women have a fairy tale, selfish type mindset, the truth seems harsher than it really is. Again, you ladies are in your heads and you're overthinking everything. You overthink everything. From the simplest shit to the most complicated shit. But we know the real problem solvers in this world are men. Men are the problem solvers. But again, your mindset is Disney fairy tale and I want to be equal. Or I can change a man. Or I'm just worried about me and I don't care about nobody else. How I feel. I mean, you done heard 100 different songs. Love hurts. When you fall in love, you have more chances of being hurt than not hurt. Think about that. Again. Because reality and the truth is harsh. When you fall in love, you have a bigger chance of being hurt than not hurt. Because nothing's perfect. So how do you change your mindset? How do you get out of that selfishness? How do you get out of that competition with other women? How do you get out of that, I just want to be happy no matter what it does to other people? How y'all using nice guys? They got to say nice guys finish last because women are using them. But in the end, the people who are older, alone, no memories, no lineage. That's a selfish life. If you have children and you don't have a male role model in their life, that's a selfish mindset. That you feel you can do better. That you feel you don't need a man in their life when all the numbers show differently. That's a selfish mindset. You know, there was a time when women sacrificed for their kids. They sacrifice for their kids. Men do it all the time. Men sacrifice regularly in relationships. They do. Regularly. Men do it all the time. Women, that pride, that mindset that my pride means so much to me. Where's your honor and your dignity? Because if you have some, ladies, it's not being shown. It's not being shown. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of y'all are very nice, wonderful women. You are. But if I put 10 of y'all on the wall, how many of y'all think y'all women gonna be on that wall? Feminine, friendly women. Pleasant to be around. How many gonna be on that wall out of the 10? One? One? That's how it's gonna be. And if you line up 10 dudes on the other wall, how many of them are gonna be responsible, ready to support their family, honorable men? I would say probably 6. You're gonna have Pookie and Ray Ray. You're gonna have 2 dudes that all of y'all are fucking, because we already know, as I said in the last video, less than 1 in 4 men are responsible for 100% of the kids in our community. Not even 25% of the men in our community. So that's why you always hear me say, none of y'all got a baby daddy that ain't got another baby mama. Because 4 men on the wall, 1 daddy. 4 women on the wall, 4 mothers by the same daddy. That's what the statistics are showing. U.S. Census Bureau. You can look that up. Less than 25% of black men in our community are responsible for 100% of the children. So if you take that 1 out of the 4 guys, he got 100% of women coming at him. He can be a dog. He can cheat. He can be abusive. He can be nasty, rude, not a gentleman. Pull up to your house and blow the horn and expect you to come out, open your own car door and get in the car. But that's who y'all like. That's who y'all like. Now, the man that wants to settle down and have children, and do you know when most men, according to the Census Bureau, have their children in the black community? Between 40 and 49. Again, in earlier videos, I mentioned this. Men are not usually ready to settle down and have families until they start making their peak money, which is between 40 and 55. So even though women peak out between 18 and 24 as being desired by men, men don't peak out till 40 to 55. So a lot of ladies don't want to date older. Oh, I don't want no old man. But that's the man that's gonna be responsible. When his old ass died, you're gonna still have a house, life insurance money, still be able to take care of his kids. He done instill values in them. But it's all about a mindset. Because all of y'all think y'all Cinderella. All of y'all think y'all Snow White. All of y'all think y'all Beauty from Beauty and the Beast. Except you don't want to date the Beast. Because he too ugly. He too ugly. So I'm going to kick the Beast to the curb. You can have the Beast and kick him to the curb because you think he's too ugly. Because you have a long list of prerequisites you want met. But that's your mindset. Because you were raised on Disney fairy tales. Your mindset, ladies. You have to change it. Now, there's ways to change it. But it's if you want to change your life. If you're happy with your situation, you and the cat are best friends, so be it. So be it. But I'm willing to bet that most women want a partner that they can love, admire, and respect, and that they can spend their life with. That's going to take care of them and make sure that the children are raised right. Even though the numbers don't show that. The numbers show that there's a rising number of single mothers. Now, don't get me wrong, childbirth is down. There's not as many kids, but the kids that are being born to single mothers. Now, we know you weren't single when you got pregnant, or maybe you was single, just had a one-night stand or whatever. That's sort of a selfish mindset. To even have a man's child out here and maybe the man wants to be involved in it and you won't let him, that's selfish. How do you change that? You have to figure out what's important to you. Now, I'm going to have to say, I think most women don't know what they want. A lot of y'all go to school, get degrees in one field, but your job is in a completely different field. It's a completely different field. And because you're beautiful, you can do some stupid shit like that, and a man will come and rescue you. If you're beautiful. But we all know a lot of people think they're beautiful that aren't. We know that. Because that non-reality is in your mind. Reality is a harsh thing. It really is. And life changes in just a few seconds. Car accident, stray bullet, fall down steps, stroke, all that stuff changes lives in just a few seconds. Just a blink of an eye, your whole life could change. It can change. So you have to figure out what's important to you. What are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want? This is how you're going to change your mindset. The selfishness that women today seem to ravel in, I don't understand, because in the end, you guys end up with nothing from the selfishness. From the selfishness. A lot of y'all like, well, I'm working because I need to survive. If you are a young lady, you have to learn how to depend on a man. You can say you don't need a man, but we know that men are protecting you right now as you're watching this video. So you need men. You need men to keep the infrastructure going, to keep you safe. And you need a man so that you can be a lady. You need a man so you can be a lady. You can stop being out here fighting and struggling to survive. That's what men do. You're supposed to be a lady. Gentle, tender, warm, pleasant to be around. Somebody that somebody wants to come home to. The Disney mindset will have you looking for the fairy tale relationship, and it just does not exist, because fairy tale relationships are perfect. They're perfect. Happily ever after. Well, there's going to be times when you don't like the person you with. There are. There are going to be times when you could get selfish and leave. Fuck that, is better for your kids. I'm not happy, I'm going to leave. Because you're emotional creatures, this is what you guys do. A lot of y'all leave guys while you're pregnant. Not realizing that in reality, your emotions and your feelings are jumping all over the place because you got a baby growing in you. So acting on your emotions, it just doesn't make sense. Because even after you break up with the guy, even after you do because you was mad, you regret it later on. You do. You sit back and think, maybe that wasn't that bad. I can't even remember what we was arguing about. We just grew apart. I hear that all the time. What does that mean? That means you became selfish and decided that was better. Because a lot of y'all don't want to depend on men because y'all had this mindset that I have to be able to count on myself to survive. You're not counting on yourself now. You're counting on men to make sure it's safe so that you can go out here and do what you do. Do you understand that? Do you understand the circle I'm explaining to you? You depend on men right now, and it's just part of your life. You don't look at it like that, but that's what it is. You depending on men to make sure you're safe enough where you can walk to the store and not get snatched up off the street and turn into whatever any man wants you to be. You count on men to keep it civilized. So you're dependent on men. And you can depend on men. You've been doing it your whole life. So whoever sold you on the mindset that I need to be able to do for myself, that's something that make you a consumer. That's all that is. You can rely on a man if you get a good man. Well, you might say, well, ain't no good men. That's your mindset telling you that. That's your mindset telling you that. Especially when we know that only 2 out of the 10 dudes on the wall are y'all fucking. Only 2 out of the 10 y'all fucking with. So those 2 probably ain't reliable. They don't have to be because they have too many options. When you have so many options, like a lot of y'all do, have a lot of options. But you're in your head. You're overthinking things. You're not keeping it simple. And you end up choosing the wrong option. You get your heart broke. You give up on relationships. You stay single a long time. Then you have no relationship skills to even stay in a relationship. It's like a woman buying a house. You buy a house, there's no man that's going to get with you because you don't put down roots. So the only man going to get with you is a guy who need a place to stay. Are you willing to sell your house? Oh no, I'm willing to rent it out because you need a backup plan. You always feel like you need a backup plan and you don't. All the laws are made so that you don't, and men are made so that you don't. If you were a man that you can't depend on, that's you choosing a bad man and not having a male figure help you choose that man. And I don't mean one of your friends. I mean a relative, a brother, an uncle, a father. That's what happens with fatherless homes. When you don't have a father there, you don't know how to think and how to look at things. You think you know things that you don't know because you be in your head and you overlook red flags. But your father, your brother, your uncle, they're not going to overlook that. They're going to see it right away. Men size up other men right away. So understand that if you don't have somebody in your life helping you make a choice of the man that you choose, maybe you can't depend on a man because you don't know how to pick a man. But you need to get the mindset that I'm going to get a man that I can depend on. Because that's important to you, to be able to depend on that man. Tell me it's not. Tell me it's not important to you to be able to depend on whoever you're with. That's got to be important because it's important to men. When we pick a woman, we think we can depend on that woman to not go give her pussy somewhere else. Because men don't ask for a lot. They don't. But what they ask for holds a lot of weight. And loyalty is one. Now, women, you could say, well, I ask for loyalty too. The loyalty a man shows you is keeping a roof over your head, food in your fucking belly, clothes on your back, and the kids properly raised. That's the loyalty he shows to you. You worried about his dick. The fuck? You worried about his dick. Now, I don't agree with no man bringing no outside child home or sleeping with a woman on a regular basis, having an affair. I don't agree with that. And yeah, maybe you need to, get out of that relationship. But again, a male helping you choose your mate, a man helping you choose your mate who's not trying to fuck you, like one of your male friends, that's the best thing you can have to help you find a man you can depend on. So please, ladies, get this in your head right now. It ain't Disney out here. Life is hard and ugly. It really is. And it's short. Time goes by fast. Might have seemed like you just got out of high school 5 years ago, but your ass 30. So that was 12 years ago. Do you understand? It's fast. And we all do dumb things when we're young. But you can't use that as an excuse for your whole life because you're not young no more. And you have to get it in your head that you matured. The things that are important to you should have matured too. But especially the children. The black community is being held back from single mothers raising children on their own. And there's no dominant male guidance in the child's life. The numbers show. The numbers show. There's no denying that a man is needed to raise a child. There's also no denying that a man is better with a woman that he can love and trust. And a woman is better with a man that she can depend on. That's consistent. A lot of y'all say that's important to you. But then you go mess with the same two guys as them other 9 fucking women. He consistently having babies with women. He consistently not taking care of them. He consistently not in their life. Now your child grows up at a disadvantage. Not like he ain't already at a disadvantage for being a minority, for not having the best schools to go to, because you're not raising them if you're working. If you're a single mother, you're not even raising your kids. The babysitter raising your kids, or the daycare, or the TV, or the internet, or the streets. You can't raise your kids and work. You can't. You can provide for your kids, because that's all working is, providing. But to instill their values, their honor, their dignity, and the pride that you ladies like so much. That takes 2 parents. It takes a father. It takes a strong male role model to show them how relationships should be. To show them how you can have a family and the family stays whole because of the honor of the family. How they don't disgrace your name. When somebody say your name, they think about your kid, some fucking drug dealer or serial killer or something. He's a menace in the neighborhood. And a lot of y'all having kids with multiple men. Multiple men, and none of the men is in their life. Now, how do you keep finding dudes that ain't none of them in life when they only fucking with 2 out of the 10 dudes on the wall? That's why all y'all baby daddies got other baby mamas. Because all of y'all fucking the same dudes. Because y'all mindsets don't have you looking for other things. So what's important to you? Is it more important for you to be happy or for your child to be successful? That's a big question. Think about that. Is it more important for you to be happy or for your child to have a good childhood and be successful and happy in life? What's more important to you? Your happiness or your kid's success in life? It's a tough question. Only you can answer it. I don't know what's more important to you. I know most ladies have put themselves before their children. You can say you don't, but the choices that you make show that you are. Multiple baby daddies, no baby father around. Same Pookie and Ray Ray that got a baby right across 6 blocks away. Same guy. How did you even get with him? Because you put yourself first. You didn't think, what's important to me? What do I want my children to have? Strong jawline or successful life? This is the only way to change your mindset, ladies. Is to put your priorities, and I don't mean your selfish priorities, your lifetime priorities. Do you think it would be better for you to have, say, 3 kids with 1 guy and then maybe 6 grandkids when you're older and y'all sitting around at family dinners and telling stories about the memories that all of y'all made together? You don't think that's a happy life? If that's not a happy life to you, then keep doing what you're doing. But to me, your mindset has to be about something other than just you. It has to be. A lot of y'all care about your dog more than you care about your kids. Your job more than you care about your man. What kind of mindset is that? It's all about what you want, ladies, not what you think you should have. Not what you think you should have. Because if that's the case, all of us think we should be billionaires. But if all of us was billionaires, then money wouldn't mean nothing. Does that make sense to you? Everybody's not going to be rich. You know why? Because then money wouldn't mean nothing if everybody was rich. And everybody who chases money misses out on most of life. What life is really about. It ain't about chasing no money. Money is something made up by countries so you can get something for something. Your time, they give you some paper. You go trade that paper, get food, place to stay, car. So understand that money is not even a real thing to chase. Don't get me wrong. It's nice to have. And if you got a good, honorable, decent man with dignity, you're going to have enough money to live on. You may not be driving a Ferrari, but you can have a nice car. You can have a nice home. You can have all that. And a nice guy that respects you and treats you right. Not the bad boy who got kids with 4 or 5 other women. That's all from y'all mindset. You have to remember that it's not a competition in life. Life is not a competition. It's not. It's not a competition. You don't have to look prettier than the girl next door. You don't. You don't have to wear more weave, more eyelashes, more fake nails, get some kind of surgery on your body to look better than the girl next door. Because all you're doing is looking like a prostitute. You're looking like a clown. And men fuck clowns and prostitutes. That's what we do. So you're going to keep getting used because this is how you present yourself. This is how you present yourself. I swear it's not a day I don't look online on the internet and I don't see some girls fighting. And think, how could she represent me? She's so beautiful, but she's out here fighting. Where if she was a lady, I'd be glad to have her represent me. Do you understand that you represent the man? And if you can't represent the man, you can't even represent yourself. Because your value is not determined by what you make, what job you got, how many degrees you got. No man is excited about that. That's something you and another woman is competing with. They are. That's not a woman's life. A woman's life is how good of a mother was she? How did her kids turn out? How did her grandkids turn out? How long has she been married? That's why we celebrate when people, I've been married 35 years. Man, people celebrate that. Because that's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to do. But it can be done. It's easier to stay with somebody 35 years than it is to try to get out here and be a millionaire selling fucking weave and fucking clothes on the internet. Much easier. See, I don't think y'all even understand that because you know the story of somebody who didn't finish school and hit it big on something. That's one motherfucker out of 40 million black people. Don't even register on the scale. But reality is harsh. And nobody can tell you because of your pride that you ain't finna do shit. You ain't finna be no millionaire. If you was, good for you. But 99 out of 100 of y'all ain't gonna do it. I know. You that special one. And this is where the mindset again of living in a fantasy world. Of living in a fantasy world. How many times you looked at a talent show on TV and heard somebody singing and they couldn't sing, but they swore, you hate their voice, but they swear them down they can sing. They swear them down. How many of your friends sing and you know they can't sing and they swear them down they can sing? It's a fantasy world. In their mind, when they look in the mirror and see the average woman at 5'4", 187 in our community, looking in the mirror talking about how fine she is, love your curves, don't worry about it, it's guys who like big girls. It's a fantasy world. You're getting sold on some bullshit. They just want your money. They just want you to work and spend your money. The stuff they made up to give you for your time. Life is about that grandmother scene I told you about with your kids and your husband and your grandkids. That's what life is about. That's a successful woman in life who's carried on the bloodline with dignity and pride and honor. Kids are great. Grandkids are great. Something to brag about every time somebody sees them. That's, if you want to compete, that's the competition. Not who got the best weave, who got the prettiest nails. That's not a competition. That's a clown show, ladies. And you guys have fell for it. And start spending 85 cents out of every dollar y'all spend. Women spend it. 75% of all debt, women owe it. It's a ruse. It's like Trump being indicted and saying he's being a victim. He's a billionaire and he got people sending him money to pay for his lawyer fees. Why do a billionaire need your money? Same thing, fantasy world. He's selling it to Republican voters and you guys are selling it to yourselves. You actually believe that it's important to have your nails done when no man has ever complimented your nails. Your eyelashes, that's important. No man's ever complimented your. No guy said, oh, your eyelashes look so long and full. You ain't never heard that. You ain't never even thought about hearing that. But another girl will tell you that. And that rationalizes in your head that it's okay. Because another girl liked it. That means the competition liked it. So I'm doing something right. Mindset, ladies. What's important to you? What's important? How do you look at life? What's important in life to you? To spend 10 years getting fucked by different basketball players or football players or music industry dudes and then get on the internet for the next 15 years complaining? That's what your life is going to be? You want to be the next superhead? I don't understand. What are you trying to do with what you ladies? Ladies, if the numbers are showing you that our children in our community are being fucking destroyed because there's no fathers in the homes, when is that reality gonna slap you in the face? When they closing the bars behind your son? When your daughter's fucking on the internet and a porn site getting fucked? When is that gonna hit y'all? Because everybody can't be the special person that made it and their kid turned out good. The numbers ain't showing that. It's showing them that 4 out of 5 of them kids is gonna be fucked up. They're gonna be fucked up in some way. And it also shows the numbers that you ladies aren't even happy. When 1 in 4 y'all are on some type of psychotropic drug. 1 out of 4 y'all is on some kind of meds for your mental state. Because you chase something that ain't real. And when you realize it, you can't believe it. You can't believe that you weren't the special one. It's your mindset. You have to figure out what's important. What does life really look like to you? What does it really look like to you? You can't raise your kids and work 8 hours a day. You can't. It's just not going to happen. Somebody else or something else is going to be raising your child. Mindset, ladies. Take a second. Take a deep breath. Think for a minute. before you guys start fighting, is this how a lady would act? Is this how I want to represent my family? No. No. If you're not getting paid to fight, you don't fight. You defend yourself, of course. But standing there arguing and hollering and working it up to a fight, that's so unladylike. It's so hoish. Make you look like a streetwalker. It does. Makes you look like a whore. But in your head, you done psyched yourself up and your pride say you can't back down. Why? What does it prove? If a bitch scratch your face and leave a scar on it, how did you represent your family that way? Mindset, ladies, is something that you have to, I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of y'all do come to reality. But most of the time, I'm going to say 85 to 90% of the time, women do not realize reality until you're too old. Until you're too old, and then don't nobody want you. Then the next group of ladies is coming up. And because they live in that stupid ass life, getting passed around and slept with 10, 15, 20 different dudes, the dudes ain't got to deal with the older women. Because the younger women don't have no daddies teaching them how to be ladies. They got you. It's a mindset thing. You have to realize that, yes, you need a man. And yes, you need a man that you can depend on. And yes, you can depend on a man. You can. You don't need an escape hatch. The laws are set up so you don't need an escape hatch. And the man you pick has to be a good man. Legitimate man. You can say he's a good man, he's selling dope. He ain't. Ain't no good man selling dope. Robbing people, breaking. That's not a good man. That's not a good man. I don't care what you say. Because he don't have no morals. A good man has morals. Dignity and honor. Not just pride. And you have to realize that life is short. It goes by fast. I'm sure a lot of y'all are realizing it now. You can't believe you're in your 30s or your 40s. You can't believe you're just in your 20s. But you can't keep doing the things you was doing in your 20s. You can't expect to get the kind of man you could have gotten in your 20s. You have to get that mindset off. You have to change it and get realistic. Hey, maybe I'll have to marry a guy that's more normal, average. You're not going to get the 0.5% dude. You're just not. You can chase him for your whole life and you're going to die by yourself. You're going to die having a cat or a dog as your best friend. Your memories are going to be with the cat or the dog. That's how it's going to be. Changing your mindset is knowing what's important, knowing reality, and then trying to adjust to it. Taking a breath and and calm down, and don't let a bruised pride take you out of your lady, your femininity. Being a lady is just so much more important. It's so much more. Ladies get taken care of. Ladies can depend on their man. They can. So if you can get that femininity mindset, you're going to find a man that you can depend on. For sure. Nobody can guarantee the outcome of your relationship because, believe it or not, men don't leave relationships. The only time a man will leave a relationship is if you cheat on him or disrespect him continuously. Not one time where a lady leave a relationship because the dude said something to her one time or did something one time. She'll leave it. Think about, in your lifetime, how many men have actually left you? In your whole lifetime. So it's a myth in your head that I need to have something to fall back on because he'll leave me. Ain't no man never left you. Most of y'all. Ain't no man never left most of y'all. Some of y'all, oh yeah, you disrespected him or you cheated on him. Yeah, he left you. He didn't have a choice. If he's a man. Cheating on him is the ultimate form of disrespect. He didn't have a choice. You don't get a second chance on that because sex is too easy for you to get. You can walk in any club, get on the loudspeaker and say, look, I need somebody to fuck me tonight. You're going to have 100 volunteers. If a dude does that, gets on the loudspeaker and say, hey, I need somebody to fuck me tonight, he going to jail. They call the police. He disturbed the peace, grabbed it, whatever the charge they going to make up on him. So understand, it's not hard for you to get a man. I know that. Every man knows that. Getting a decent man, a man that you can respect and love, that's the only hard part. Keeping the man is simple because he ain't going to leave you. If you can get him to marry you or move in with you, all you got to do is respect that man and not cheat on him. He ain't going to leave you. Even if he's unhappy. Even if he's unhappy. Because men know that a happy emotion comes and goes. You're not going to be happy all the time. If you're looking to be happy all the time, you might as well get your meds now. Because it ain't going to happen. Mindset, ladies, is simple. It's simple. Find out what's important to you. Think about how you can get to that. Responsibly. Legitimately. Not quickly. It's not a quick thing. It's a steady, consistent thing. You want consistency from a man, you need to be consistent in your mindset on what you're looking for. It can't flip and change. You can do this, ladies. You can. If you can't, you're going to die alone.